from Orlando, Florida, one of the great vacation destinations in the entire land. Today, Camping World Stadium as a couple of teams square off for a chance to win the Pop-Tart Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So BYU's offense will get first crack at it today. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football. One of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for a man. It's Buckmeyer. Makes the grab. It's Hagan. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Yeah, and when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
On the ground, it's Martin. Breaks into the open. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Kalani Sitake got this Cougar program back in the national spotlight last season. 11 wins, and boy, did they do a great job in finishing off close games.
And boy, are they fun to watch. You talk about close games. Yes, they won those, but fake punts, fake field goals, going for it on fourth down, like BYU's brand of football, Palmer, is always entertaining.
It's always entertaining. I remember a little while ago, people were wondering how they were going to fare in the Big 12, but they've proven that they can compete for a conference championship, and who knows this year, maybe take the next step to the CFP.
BYU with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Cougars, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. The run from the shotgun. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 1st and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Trying to set up the screen. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Georgia Tech's offense will take the field for the first time. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Yeah, and I think for this offense, you want to be able to establish the run. I think the big key for them is going to be working the double teams in the zone game and getting into the second level. You have got to try and cover these linebackers up and get a hat on them. If you don't, they're going to run free, and they're going to destroy your game plan.
The give on the option. Can't get him to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
And the Yellow Jackets are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
They punt it away on 4th down. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This offense has it with really good field position. To throw, it's Bachmeier. Hauls it in. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Grab behind the line. It's Martin. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar!
And when you run on these screenplays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And a really nice job by the quarterback. He drops back. He knows where he's going with the football. You can tell he sees this guy coming from left to right, running that post down the middle of the field, throws it. Perfect timing to his receiver. He catches the football, takes it into the end zone.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, then I'd give back that last score. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Rides the back on the option to give. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Looking to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's King. Grabbed over the middle, it's Haynes. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit, yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in 3rd down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
Punt is in the air. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Big fella. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him. Got him on the ground too quick.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Hagan. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
Caught in the backfield, it's Martin. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and something.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Looking to pass. It's King. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
If you're trying to throw these curl routes against zone coverage, you got to have great time. Nice job there by the quarterback, understanding where he wanted to go with it, but also the conviction. Did you see the arm talent on that throw?
The Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. 6. Snags it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
That's a great job of just trusting your offensive line to get it done, scoring the touchdown. An extra point's going to tie this thing up right before halftime. And after that run, I think they're going to feel more confident running it in the second half.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point splits the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Pulls it in, it's Martin. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, I think this quarterback just needs to do a better job working through his progression. Looked to me like he was trying to force that into his guy who was covered on the play. There were other people open.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they made the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. You saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll give it on the counter. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Defense did a really good job stringing that one out.
You got to see the counter when you start to pull guys, understanding I'm going to spill that ball, make sure it bounces outside, out wide, doesn't come downhill. Great job by the defense understanding that and pursuing to the football.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, 2 quarters down in the Pop-Tart Bowl. A couple of teams who battled their way here into bowl season looking to bring home some hardware. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Pop-Tart Bowl.
BYU will try to boot it deep to start the 2nd half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. We are locked up to start the second half. And, guys, you know what? In a bowl, sometimes that intensity really builds in a tight game like this.
I think that's why we were really anticipating this game so much. Two very evenly matched teams with a lot of playmakers. We knew this thing could go either way. So for this offense right here, this drive, to start off the second half, David, they need to put something together, really put pressure on the opponent.
And the thing I like about bowl games, man, is they're exciting. You go for it more on fourth down, less to lose, not as uptight. So I look for this second half to be fun, to be wild, to be loose.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Finds his man. It's Rutherford. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. You run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Kick is in the air. Makes the catch at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Coming out on first down with the play fake. With the catch, it's Hagan. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. You got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly. Great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Takes a handoff. It's Martin. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
Back to throw. It's Bachmeier. Firing to the right, complete. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
Man, that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
They'll run the screen. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Handoff from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Martin. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, BYU! And that one will put him up here in the second half. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding, pounding, pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Dropping back, it's Kane. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
The kick is on its way. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. On the ground, it's Martin. Got enough for the first. That is just the kind of run you want shuts out a game.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
This BYU offense set up with another first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Looking to the big tight end. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on foot. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on fourth down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge fourth down conversion late in this football game.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right back to him on the ground. There he goes. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
And you hear people talk about the 4-minute offense all the time in football. What does that mean? That means you're getting first downs, running the clock, and just right now physically dominating up front. Nice job by this offense.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. A first down run on the doorstep. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to the back. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And after getting it right on the edge, they'll try to punch it in on 3rd down. Power ahead. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollack.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Fielded in the end zone. To bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll try the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Scanning the field, it's King. It's complete to the left. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Haynes. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That last completion sets him up on second down. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Yellow Jackets racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Rutherford. Turning it on. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Rutherford. Perhaps a touchdown saving tackle at the 17. Now from inside the red zone. Grabbed in the middle, it's Rutherford. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
QB slicing. No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Wants to throw. It's King. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Smashes it between the uprights. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17.
And that kick makes it a one-score game, but a lot of work left. Only one timeout left. We've got to get an onside kick. We don't have time to kick it and play defense and get the football back. Onside unit, what's your best look, man? Because you're going to need it right here.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.